Hey everyone, my name is Aryan, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of the most popular Australian trading platforms that are available currently in the market. Now, of course, there's a lot of different platforms just available right now, but in this particular video we're going to cover the most popular and most commonly used trading platforms that are available. Now, we're going to compare them based on three particular criteria. First thing being the transaction fees. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate transactions fee. Like, if you've been buying and selling shares particularly quite a lot, you'll notice that there's a hefty fees that goes along with it. Now, I don't like that fee, especially when I'm buying shares. Like, if it's dividend-based shares, that transaction fees that goes along with it can deduct from the whole earnings from the dividend. So I don't quite like that. So in this video, we're going to try to compare them based on that particular criteria. So the lowest transaction fees possible based on the number of shares that you're buying or the value of shares that you're buying. And then the second judging criteria is whether that trading platforms allows you to buy shares internationally and what would be the transaction fees involved in doing that. And then the third judging criteria is based on how secure or how established is that company, that platform. So those are the three judging criteria. Now, of course, there can be a lot of other judging criteria, but I basically find value in these three things. And I thought I'll make it more of a presentation format. So simply you can follow a lot easier. You can look at the numbers a lot better, and you can pause the video at any given moment of time and look at those things at your own pace. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first trading platforms that we're going to look at are the four big banks. Now, if you're in Australia and you've been living over here, you most likely have an account with one of these four big banks. These four big banks allow you to trade shares in Australia, buying shares and selling shares. We've got trading platform for NAB, we've got ANZ, we've got Westpac, and we've got Commonwealth Bank as well. Now, let's put all these four banks into comparison and compare them with each other. So this is what we sort of get if we compare them with each other. We've got the transaction fees, we've got the international transaction fee and established date. So talking a bit more about the international transaction fee, I mentioned it over here because simply they do allow you to buy and sell shares international. However, you do need to do a lot of paperwork to get that done. But you can buy and sell shares international. So that's great news just to see. And the established date also talking about that, well, they're the four big banks, so there's no issue about it being very secure, and there's no issue about the economic downturn or whether these banks will be there, because these are banks that always be there, so there's no problem with buying and selling shares and the security around it. However, let's talk about the transaction fees and the international transaction fees a bit more detail, because that is the most important judging criteria. So if you look at it over here, we've got basically CBA, so that's the Commsec platform that they have. Around $1,000, anything up to $1,000, they charge a $10 transaction fee. Anything over $1,000 to $10,000, they charge $20 transaction fee, and then $30 transaction fee for up to $25,000. Anything over $25,000, they charge a percentage, which is 0.12%, which is very interesting to see. And then you got NAB on the other hand as well. We charge $15 for up to $5,000. And then you've got 19.95 for anything over $5,000 and up to $20,000. Anything over $20,000, they charge a 0.11% of transaction fees. And then you've got Westpac here. So Westpac, very interestingly, actually charges a flat rate of about $20 AUD or 11%, whichever is greater. And then finally, you've got ANZ as well, which starts off with $20 for up to $5,000 of transaction. And then you've got $25 for $5,000 to $10,000. And then last but not least, you've got $30 for up to $28,000 and then 0.11% anything above. So if you put all of these to compare to each other, they're quite competitive and they're quite similar. However, if I had to personally pick, CBA would sound very attractive for any shares which you're buying or selling which are under the $1,000 mark. Basically, CBA has a win right here because they charge about $10, while on the other hand, you've got Westpac over here which charges a flat of $20 or 0.11%, whichever is greater, which sounds a lot more attractive if you're charging or if you're spending more than $1,000 on buying and selling shares. So of course, one of these two would be my top pick, just generally speaking, for the transaction fees when buying and sell shares in the ASX stock market. And then you've got the international transaction fees as well, where international transaction fee for all of these are quite similar. Starts off with $20 for up to 5,000 USD, and then $30 for up to 10,000, and then 0.31% for about 10,000 USD and above, and with a foreign exchange of about 0.6, which is the currency conversion rate. And then you've got NAP, which starts off slightly less. It starts off with about $15 for 5,000, and then $20 for anything between 5,000 to $20,000. And however, the foreign exchange fees is about 0.5 to 0.8%. And then Westpac is very similar to Commsec. The only difference I would pretty much say is the foreign exchange, where they don't charge that. And then you've got ANZ, which charges a flat of about $59 for trades up to $10, and then a foreign exchange of about 0.6%. So it's very competitive to see. Basically, Westpac and CBA have almost the same with the exception of the foreign exchange. So if I had to pick from one of these four big banks, this is what I would basically pick. So if it's less than $1,000, I'd definitely go with CBA, especially when it came to transaction fees, in particular for the ASX stock market. However, if I'm looking for more than $1,000, my pick here would be Westpac, simply because it's a flat rate of about $20. So these are the four big banks when you put it into comparison. However, what about other trading platforms? What about the rest of the trading platforms out there? So as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of trading platforms out there, and these are the other four more popular trading platforms that are available currently in the market. We've got IG, we've got CMC, we've got Superhero, which is actually a very new one, and then we've got SelfWealth as well. So if we compare these four platforms, this is sort of what we get. So if you look at the table over here, for IG, it's around $8 per transaction, which we do, which is sitting at 0 to 2 trades or at a 0.1%, whichever is greater. They do allow international buying and selling of shares, where they add a foreign exchange of about 0.7%. And they were founded somewhere around 1974, and they've been operating in AU since 2002. And then we've got another platform called CMC, which is quite similar to IG in the other way, that AUD of $11 or about 0.10%, whichever is greater, for less than 11 trades. And then this one does allow you to buy and sell shares international, and they charge us AUD of 59.95 or 0.59, whichever is greater. And this was founded basically in 1989, so they're quite reputable, they're quite good. And then we've got these sort of newcomers as well. First one being SelfWealth, which actually charges a $9.50 flat fee brokerage on all ASX listed shares, which is very attractive in my opinion. So no matter what the amount, it just charges a flat fee, and it's pretty cheap compared to a lot of other platforms out there in the Australian market. However, one drawback at this very moment is that it does not allow you to buy and sell shares international. It is, however, planning to launch it somewhere around 2020, end of 2020, probably around Christmas period. And what's interesting is this was founded somewhere around 2011, and since then has got a lot of attraction among a lot of investors, and a lot of people actually prefer using this platform when it comes towards buying and selling shares in the ASX market. Then we've got this other one, which is called Superhero, which is very new in the whole market. It's launched somewhere around 2020, and it's backed by two of the fintech companies, Zip and Afterpay, which is very interesting. They charge a $5 flat fee brokerage fee on all ASX listed shares. So that is a very attractive price, just generally speaking. And there was a lot of media press coverage around this whole trading platform, and it has picked up quite a bit of momentum along a lot of people. And I personally have signed up to it. I haven't used their platform, but I have signed up to it. So what about international shares? That's the next big question. Like as we saw earlier, a lot of these platforms do allow you to buy and sell shares international in Australia. However, they have pretty high fees. So we've got this other platform called Stake, which is actually pretty cool. It was founded somewhere around 2017, and this allows you to buy and sell shares in the US stock market in Australia. It also allows you to do basically fractional share purchases, which allows you to buy a fraction of that share, and has a $0 trading fees, zero commission fees, And they have this premium version of their app called Stake Black, which is actually $9 a month, which allows you to have a lot more features via their platform, which is free until 2021. And most important factor over here is their FX fee is at 0.7%. So this is a definite win for me if I'm planning to buy and sell shares in the US market, especially if I'm planning to buy dividend-based shares. We've got, for example, Apple, we've got, for example, Amazon, we've got so many US-based companies. This is a definite win for me in the long term when I want to buy and sell shares in the US stock market. However, if it's about ASX listed shares, my top pick would be either SelfWealth or Superhero, simply because of the flat fee brokerage fee. SelfWealth provides $9.50 and Superhero provides $5. But if I had to pick one or the other, I would go with SelfWealth simply because it's been around longer, so I trust it more. And if I'm talking about the four big banks, my top pick would be either CBA or Westpac. I personally use Commsec simply because I don't have transactions of more than $10,000. So it provides me a $19.95, and if it's lower than $1,000 me buying shares, then of course it's lower rate. However, if you are buying more than $10,000 worth of shares, then definitely Westpac would be the win over here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up on YouTube, and please do subscribe to my channel where I post a lot of videos like this about investing, about stock market trends, and also doing stock analysis of different companies. So if you're interested in that sort of topics, do subscribe. But until the next video, take care. Bye-bye.